visit, and how many people you know, and how feedback of the people when they see the
Yes,
Buddha.
yes. So we, after the Buddha was completed in December 2008, we then decided that we would take on the world tour. And for various reasons, we were invited to come to Vietnam. Actually, it was through Thich Chanh Tin, who was the abbot of Phat Temple. I met him in Melbourne, in Australia.
Phat Temple and Thich Chanh Tin.
Yeah, Phat.
Yeah.
And he then invited the Buddha to come to Vietnam. So from there, Vietnam became the first place to visit. And when we went there, it was with the approval of the abbots of Ho Chi Minh City initially, and then from there it just expanded and grew. So in 3 months, we 4 million people came to see the Jaipur. It was a phenomenal success, way beyond my wildest dreams. And it was such a joy to be in Vietnam and to see from the people's side so much devotion to the Buddha. It was just it was a joy to be there, to see it. So all the hard work of 5 years, and all the effort we went into at that time was all worthwhile when we went to Vietnam and we saw the reaction. After Vietnam, the last time...
Can I ask you a little bit about the trip to Vietnam? Forget about the political, you know. How you feel about 4 million people visit, go the raise Buddha, and how much the people believe, and how much the cooperate, of the regime, I don't want, discuss regarding about, cooperate, between, the Buddha and the church. But however, the people have any feeling to visit, any problem in doing that trip?
It was the reaction of the people was incredible devotion, and we were so impressed that the people were just so devoted to the Buddha. We were also very impressed by the abbots of the major temples there. They were so supportive. Initially, there was not much interest for the Jai Buddha to go to the north, to Hanoi area. They did not extend an invitation. But then when they saw the success and the popularity of the Buddha in the centre and in the south, then they said, oh please bring the Buddha, Jai Buddha to the Hanoi area. So we did, and we're happy to do that. And by the time we got there, then there was such overwhelming support by the people that everyone really wanted to be involved. Indeed, even the president, the vice president, the prime minister came over to see the Jai Buddha.
It's a very short question, how much you see the belief different, from the population from the south, the central, and the north?
To be honest, people said there would be a big difference between the south and the centre and the north. From our observations, we were greeted with such welcoming by the people all over Vietnam. To us, it was just as well. In the south, we were so overwhelmed, like particularly going to Mekong Delta, because people were so poor, and yet they had so much devotion. They were crying, and just so much devotion to see the Buddha come there. But even in the north, at Binh province, where we were, again, there was so much devotion. People would queue up all day just to have one glimpse. Even very old people would wait for hours to have the chance. So we could see that there are people in the north too. There is so much devotion to the Buddha. And from the way we were treated, my wife and I was so generous.
Is there any VIP from your regime that have a visit and talk directly to you?
Yes, I met the president of Vietnam.
Yeah.
And
Mr. Phat?
Yes, I'm not sure of his name, but the president. And he came and paid homage to the Buddha.
Yeah.
And also the vice president, the lady. Yeah. We actually met her at Phat Temple. And she attended the closing ceremony.
Yeah.
also the Prime Minister name as well. So I didn't meet the Prime Minister, but he also came. So I think on their side they were they wanted to come along as well, which I was quite very pleased that they would come.
So now we come back in this trip. How the relationship today between you and Phat
Here at the temple,
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
temple. Oh, well, we're so honored to be here. You know, many people have said, why did you come to this temple to begin with? Why did you start a tour of USA in this particular temple? And it's it's because the abbot here was the one who had the vision to make the first request for us to come here. And so because he made the first request, then this is where we want to begin. It's like what people say, why did you just want to start the tour in Vietnam? It was just because that was where the first invitation came from, and now we're very pleased that that's the first place. So I'm sure that this temple here will be a great springboard for the rest of the tour in USA and North America.
And after Phat temple, you think where the Ray Buddha should go?
Well, already the Jade Buddha is committed now from now until April next year. So this year is all fully booked.
Yeah.
And but there are some vacancies in December of this year, and February, March, April are still.
So that's that vacancy there.
Still vacancies for other temples, but I'm sure that if other temples wish to express a wish, and I'm sure they will in time, then the whole time will fill up, because we're committed to be in Germany in June of 2011. So we've got up until May because we need to allow for the ship to go across.
I strongly believe that probably 10 more minutes directly, fully total the picture of the Ray Buddha, can
Yes.
show up in front of me.
Yes.
Okay. My last question, first of all, I want to say thanks for my outrigger, for the conversation today. And I want to ask you what you believe and hope for this trip.
Yes.
I don't want to say about the finance, I
No.
want to talk about,
No.
in bottom of your heart,
Yes.
and you want to send what kind of message, through your journey, bring, the Buddha is it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I believe, and I hope that wherever the Buddha goes, the whole message of this is that the Buddha will inspire people to become peaceful. Peaceful in their homes, peaceful in their work, and peaceful, most importantly, in their hearts. And I've already seen, I think, in Vietnam that even if people have different political views or whatever, some rich, some poor, some sick, some doesn't matter. All come together. This is spiritual or universal. And I believe that as the tour grows in America and becomes more and more people see it, then it will be like a tidal wave that will spread, a gentle one, that will spread across the United States, bringing the message of peace to many, many millions of people.
So universal race Buddha for everybody.
Yes.
It's not belong to the poor people, not belong to rich people, not belong to middle class, everybody.
Everybody.
Look up, the Ray Buddha and pray for the peace universal for all over the world. It's your goal.
That's absolutely the goal.